probably 20 towns right now that have contacted us that want to be part of the project. I have either met with or had meetings with on the phone with the mayor of Flint and the Capitol Theater in downtown Flint, the Vogue Theater in downtown Manistee, which I think we're going to have an announcement on that probably fairly soon. Farmington Hills, the Civic Theater there in downtown Farmington Hills. These are the ones I've personally have met with or spoken to. And basically we're going to create essentially a boot camp here at Traverse City, where in order to receive our help and to receive some seed money, they're going to have to essentially go through the training of how you do this. And we've created this template, and we think if people follow it, they will be successful, and it'll help revitalize their downtowns.
And this will result in nonprofit, volunteer-run downtown theaters.
That is correct. That is correct. Yes.
Have any other filmmakers given back? You said you were going to, and you were going to try to get other filmmakers.
Yes. As soon as I can show the success of this, then I will enlist others in Hollywood to be part of this with me, especially those who make their films in Michigan. I just read where Quentin Tarantino has saved an art house in L.A. and is now funding that and spearheading that drive. So even if they did it in their own communities or where they live, I think that'd be a good thing. But right now, my concern is Michigan and trying to figure out how to help these downtown areas because we've seen what it's done here, but there's some very simple but specific things they have to do that they're not inclined to do necessarily.
Like
that it can't be run for profit. A single screen movie theater, that's why the corporations don't build them, because it's not profitable. So you have to get that out of your head. What you want to do is break even or have a little bit of a cushion, so for the rainy days. But other than that, you don't want to get into a mindset of profit, because then that says to you, we should really be charging $8 for this popcorn. Once you start thinking like that, it's not the State Theater then, is it? State Theater is a place where you can go and get $2 popcorn and pop and $1 candy. And I tell the people there, we don't, it's not on some piece of paper on the wall there, but it's like, these kids come, especially on the matinee days, they don't have a lot of money, and if they come up there to get a pop and they just have $1.50 in their hands and not $2, give them the pop. Don't say anything. Don't make a big deal about it. Just give it to them. This State Theater is one of the few places that you can leave the house and go out for entertainment in this area and be able to afford it,
right,
even if you don't have a job. You can always go to the 25-cent matinees, the free shows that we have, the reduced price stuff on late Friday night, whatever. They visited here over the last 3 years. They've come on vacation here. They're like, whoa. It's like you leave Michigan when you come into this, and it's like, okay, how did this happen? But I'm also, I don't want them to believe they leave Michigan, because I always tell them that school a mile down the street here has 80% poverty. So the work isn't done but the theater can be a spark to get other people, and it also can provide movies and art that gets people to think and question and feel and get mad. In each community, because 30 years ago, before Reagan, when the wealthy had to pay 50, 60% of their income in taxes, there was a large tax base for things. Those people didn't stop being wealthy, and so one of the requirements in the State Theater Project is you have to identify the 5 angels. Who are the 5 good people with money in your area that you can go to and say, please be one of the angels and be part of this? Who are your Buzz Wilsons? So it doesn't have to be filmmakers. Yes, they are going to have to find, because one of the things, again, that's part of our plan is you must not have an exhaustive fundraising drive that goes on for years. I mean, you know, it's still the untold story of how, you know, previous groups for the State Theater raised, you know, John has the numbers,
Where to
$2,
go?
$3, $4 million.
How much of your own personal money did you spend on the State Theater?
I've probably, I'd say, well, it would be in the six figures.
Would it?
Yeah, hundreds of thousands, or 100, 200,000.
So you're one of the five
Something.
angels.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. I'm one of
So
them.
they-
Yeah. But that's how I'm able to go to them. I'm saying,
Right,
I'm going to put up
right.
$100,000 of my own money. Okay, I need you to put up $100,000. I need you to put up $100,000. I need you to put up $100,000, and do that. You know, I do it. And I'm hesitating because I don't know if I don't want to say this because I'm not trying to present myself as some sort of
Right.
guy on a white horse here, but I don't deduct it from my income taxes as a charitable contribution. I give it, period. The things I have given, both in terms of actual cash, labor, resources, or hooking up the theater with my lab, Deluxe. I mean, Deluxe, I was using Technicolor, and Deluxe wanted me to switch, you know, there's only 2 labs, right? Back in the old days when you had, you know, free enterprise, you had 7 labs. Now you got 2, but, you know, soon it'll be 1, and then we'll have the Soviet Union. But they wanted me, and I said, well, geez, I'm trying to put this theater together in Traverse City, Michigan, and I could use some, you know, projectors and a screen and a sound system. And they were like, absolutely. What can we do to help? Not necessarily be a famous person, but you know, look, I can tell you my own plan for Flint. I'm not going to mention specific names, but there are various sports stars that have come out of Flint. You know, there are you know, he's not one with money now because he's still in college, but last year's Heisman Trophy winner went to Flint Southwestern. There are over a dozen people from Flint who are playing one of the 4 major league.
But you kind of need a name. You need
Yeah,
someone.
but that's my Flint plan, is that I will get 1 or 2 of these sports figures to join with me on that, and that will help that. And I think the same as the first thing I did with the people in Farmington Hills was I said, let's make a list of everybody who graduated from Farmington Hills High School. You must have had some people that are in the movies or TV. Oh yes, we have. You know, and there's the name. Okay, now let's. Oh, you know what? I actually know her. I'll make that call for you.
Okay.
And that's how I'll help them. I can do things that take none of my time really, where I can make that call to that TV star. Or here's the thing that's really going to help is, let's say we get these dozen cities going. I want us to be in a loose-knit cooperative with each other. And we can then go to the studios and book a film not for 1 theater, but for 12. And all of a sudden now we've got a better deal. And we've got more power to get that film sooner than having to wait for it. We can also buy our popcorn in bulk and everything else, you know, because now 12 theaters are buying it. So there are going to be ways that I can help.